Hi everyone! Today we are going to talk about the waste in the oceans. We have the honor to have the specialist, Jan Blake. Welcome, Jan. What have you got for us?
Hello. Well, in order to understand the problem of ocean pollution, we need to look at where it comes from and why it continues to pour into our seas. So at least 44% enters the oceans from waterways, such as rivers. So to prevent ocean pollution, rivers are the areas we must target. But what about the remaining 50 to 60%? Well, contrary to popular opinion, marine activities like shipping are far from being the biggest polluters. Thanks to an international convention called MARPOL, which sets the rules for pollution from ships, they account for just 12%. MARPOL works very well on users of the seas, but similar rules would be very difficult to implement on land, which is why shore-based pollution from industry and households is so high and makes up the rest of the ocean pollution.
So what about your research, Jan? What are you working on?
We found that storm pipes is a major source of river pollution, which then discharges into the oceans. My research project at the University of Trinity College Dublin focuses on a smart device that filters, collects and stores pollution coming out of these storm pipes that discharge rainwater or domestic water into rivers. We're working on a rigid net device called GlanNet. It's used pretty much like public dustbins in the sense that they're emptied by agents. The smart features include some cutting-edge sensors that continuously calculate the quantity of pollution connected. Once it reaches a certain level, the agents get a notification on a connected device. People pollute because they don't want to spend a lot of money on waste disposal. So we need to come up with devices that are affordable enough for both local authorities and companies. Our role as researchers and engineers is to investigate the cheapest solution that provide the greatest efficiency. And we call this balance value engineering.
There a lot of research has been conducted tackling the pollution.
Totally. It is incredible the great ideas people come up with. The French Tara Oceanic Research Expedition, for example, has conducted amazing studies on the relationship between plankton behavior and pollution. In terms of waste removal, the Seabin is a very promising device. It sits near the top of the water, where it sucks and filters everything around it: fuel, detergents, plastics, wood, etc. There are 860 Seabins currently in place, which collected 1 ton of litter.
Before we finish, is there one last message you want to leave us for?
Yes, absolutely. The smallest items of waste all contribute to the huge environmental dilemma we're facing today. Cigarette butts, for instance, represent almost half the litter we collect. So the next time you put out a cigarette, take a moment to walk an extra few meters to the nearest bin to dispose of the butter properly. It would save us a lot of work if everyone did that.
We'll remember that. Thank you very much for your time, Jan. Glad to have you today. See you next time.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.